Greetings demons and welcome to a Fortnite Battle Royale discussion video, and this is a big one. So of course we are in the final week of Chapter 5 Season 2, and that does mean we are going to be getting plenty of leaks and teasers and all that kind of fun stuff for the next season of Fortnite, and we have a lot of concrete information on what is actually going to be happening in the next season. So I've compiled what we have so far, at least that I think is actually valuable, and yeah, we're going to be exploring it in this video. So let's roll that intro and get straight into it.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
So I think it makes sense to start off with the only, well, I say only, the main official word we've actually had about the next season, and that of course comes from Mark Rain's word of the season. And this time around, Mark Rain's word for Chapter 5 Season 3 is Nitro, and obviously this pushes very much into the idea that vehicles are going to be heavily involved. We already kind of know that the theme is Apocalypse, and we'll get more into that throughout this. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff can come from Nitro. For me, I think a lot about Crash Bandicoot with the Nitro crates. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but that's what I immediately thought of when I heard the word Nitro describing this season. Not to say that there's going to be a Crash Bandicoot, collaboration of any kind. But I do think that is, completely possible, and it is something that could happen, even if it is only minor. Sony do somewhat play ball with Epic and have invested pretty heavily into Fortnite in general. So, yeah, I could see maybe at the very least like a back bling would be really cool. But, yeah, that is the start of it. And that obviously then leads into a pretty cool skin leak. So essentially every once in a while Epic send out a bunch of surveys around what skins people would like to see in game, and one of these skins is this bulky mutated vegetable man, and you may see on his chest clothing it says Nitro, so it's very likely this is going to be one of the characters. Maybe not necessarily a Battle Pass character, though I'd assume it probably is the case. But at the very least, it's definitely going to be a character coming in the season, just because the theming makes so much sense. And there are actually a few other skins in this same style, which, in my opinion, with there being, I believe, 3 of them in total, does make me think it's more likely to be some sort of pack themed around the season. Though this could still mean that this main guy with Nitro on his chest could be in the Battle Pass, and this pack could, I don't know, go with it? I don't know. I'm struggling to get my words across, but yeah, very interesting to know that we may already have a, original skin kind of announced or revealed in some way, because we will get into one collaboration we know for a fact is coming in, as well as one that we are pretty sure, based on the leaks that we've had before, is coming. But yeah, moving on from that, we do have the official title, I suppose, for the season, the subtitle, I suppose, and that is Chapter 5 Season 3 Wrecked. And yeah, I feel like this one doesn't represent the theming that they seem to be going with as well as, some other things to go with. Even Nitro itself could have been, in my opinion, a better subtitle for the season. But yeah, still, Wrecked seems to be what they're going with another, saying that seems to be appearing is Eat Nitro, but spelt N-T-R-O, so I'm not sure if that's going to be some sort of in-game, item, some sort of consumable, potentially, or what I think is going to be some way of upgrading vehicles, kind of like we've had with the throwable wheels in the past, something where you can throw it at a vehicle or use it on a vehicle in some way, and it makes it faster, maybe upgrades it in some way aesthetically, which wouldn't really work with the fact that you can now use Rocket League cars as your main vehicles, but that only affects certain vehicles anyway, so I don't know, we'll see about that. But yeah, Eat Nitro. These things were all shown off with an RC car that was given to some creators. Unfortunately not me, I'm not quite at that point, obviously, though. Weirdly enough, I say that, but I do have actual Xbox Game Pass stuff that was given to me by Microsoft, so doesn't really matter. But yeah, as part of that, they got a remote control car, as I said, and that, at least according to the box, is the all-road car, which is really generic. I assume that's not going to be the final name of this vehicle, but it is essentially an armoured off-roader, like a 4x4, and yeah, it looks pretty good, looks pretty bulky compared to a lot of things that we have right now, And, you know, I'm all for some more variety in the vehicle, something that's a little bit faster, but can, like, maybe run through walls easier. That'd be really cool. Kind of like the, I don't know what we call it, but the little cow tipper thing. It was something like that we could throw onto the front of vehicles a few seasons ago, a few chapters ago at this point. But yeah, who knows really what's going to happen with that. But yeah, the all-road car, probably the first vehicle to be coming, and based on the card that was included with the RC car, it's very likely we're going to be getting more than just this and the other vehicle I'm going to talk about in just a moment. And yeah, that comes from something that only just happened today as we're recording this, which should be either still today or yesterday by the time this goes up. And that is during a Monster Jam live stream of all things. So the toy car company, kind of like Hot Wheels if you know what that, or Matchbox I guess, but just a different company. They mostly focus on monster trucks, and they revealed a life-size monster truck that was Fortnite themed, specifically themed around Chapter 5 Season 3. They explicitly shout out that it relates to the next season, which is really, really interesting. And yeah, this thing is cool looking. If this is actually something that's going to be coming to the game, kind of interesting, kind of exciting. I've got a feeling this might be an upgrade to an existing vehicle potentially, or a replacement for maybe the current kind of truck vehicle, the larger vehicle that we currently have. I've got a feeling this might be a replacement for that. And yeah, it looks interesting. Has some symbols that we've been able to see via the in-game event, which I didn't go over in this video. I'm not going to talk about it, but Zeus shot some lightning into the sky, hit Pandora's box. In the sound waves, there was a bunch of visual sound, essentially. A lot of stuff in the actual sound effects that gives you essentially a skull in a circle, is the best way I can describe it. But yeah, that does appear on the monster truck in this Monster Jam live stream, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, it does give us another look at a potential vehicle for the next season. So far we have this armoured car and a monster truck, which if both of these are going to be in there alongside things like the sports car and the bikes and stuff like that, very, very interesting in seeing what happens there. But yeah, very cool to see all these different vehicles. I'm hoping that what I'm thinking about Nitro, where it's going to be some sort of upgrade to them, is actually a thing, because that'd be really, really cool to have the option to have, you know, a monster truck that goes really fast, or, you know, this armoured vehicle that can go really quickly. Just upgrades like that, I think, are something that is probably the next step. You know, we have the weapon bench, we have all those sorts of upgrades to our arsenal. It'd be really good if vehicles can once again, like they've had in the past, have all these upgrades in-game. It'd be really neat, I think. And, honestly, like, I'm just hoping it actually happens, even if it does sacrifice some of the things like we have with Rocket Racing, Rocket League, whatever you want to call it, in terms of customization. I'd really like having just upgradability for most, if not all, of the vehicles in game, especially if we are actually able to upgrade the bikes in some way. They're my favourite vehicle right now in game. So if we can upgrade the speed of them, maybe give them bigger wheels, you know, a cow catcher, cow tipper, whatever they call them, the little the thing on the front of the vehicle, you know, that kind of stuff. If we can get that on the bikes, would be really, really cool. But yeah, that is all so far that we have about the vehicles. I'm sure we're going to get more information, and I've got a feeling we're probably going to be seeing more than just these two, especially with the promo art we saw in the roadmap leaks. Those showed a big train. It wouldn't surprise me if we got, you know, some sort of train vehicle, just like we've had the battle bus before, which, come to think of it, in the Monster Jam like video, live stream, whatever, they do actually show the a slight variation on the battle bus, and the variation is just that instead of having the typical balloon, it actually has balloons with character faces, so Fishstick and Cuddle Team Leader. I'd be very interested to see if, because of that, we actually do see the return of the battle bus as a drivable vehicle. I can dream, you know. I want as much crazy vehicles as possible in the season, just because I think it'd be fun. And yeah, thinking about it, it could be a teaser for that as well, which would be really, really cool. But then that leaves us with just the two collaborations that are, well, one is fully confirmed and the other one is still just a rumour. But first off, we have the one that is going to be in the Battle Pass, and that is a collaboration with Fallout, which if you know anything about this channel, I've gone on record many a time, mostly during videos relating to it, about how much I love Fallout. Fallout is one of my favourite game series. I wouldn't say any of the games specifically are my favourite of all time. I think Elder Scrolls games are generally individually better, but Fallout as a franchise is excellent, all the way from 1 all the way to 76. I'm actually a serious fan of all of them. I think they're really cool games. The variety within the franchise as well is excellent in my opinion. I think they're just a great section of games. But that all being said, it does appear, based on some art that we've got, some promo art, that the T60 power armor is going to be coming to the Battle Pass, and that, in my opinion, is excellent. It lines up great to the fact we have characters like Doom Guy and Master Chief. I feel like I'm missing someone. Oh yeah, the guys from Gears of War. Do not know Gears of War that well. Phoenix, is that his name? But yeah, we have a lot of these game collaboration skins that are big, bulky, armored. Really, really cool to see that they're continuing that, and I'm sure we're going to get a Vault Dweller in the item shop and stuff like that. It could even be possible that we could actually see a Vault Dweller in the Battle Pass with a built-in edit style, or, you know, built-in emote that goes for the actual T60 power armor. But regardless of how they actually do it, I'm very, very excited to see Fallout in Fortnite, and it works really well into the whole apocalypse theme. Obviously, Fallout being set majority of the time in the post-apocalyptic world after nuclear bombs are dropped. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can actually get from it, and obviously with the Fallout show that just came out recently on Prime, it's the perfect time to have this collaboration. I'm very, very excited for it, and yeah, hopefully it lives up to the hype, because I'm just happy to know it's happening at all, honestly, and the fact it is confirmed, it's just great. But as I said, we do have another collaboration, which currently is just rumoured, though it does appear in the roadmap leak that we got a few weeks ago, and that is Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, I'm not sure what the validity of the in-game model that we've been seeing is, but some leakers have been sharing a potential in-game model for Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow, which I think it looks good. If that is actually the in-game model that we're going to have, I'm happy. It looks like Johnny Depp, it looks like Jack Sparrow, it's, you know, perfectly good by me. I just doubt that it's real right now, and that is mostly because I haven't seen anyone that I personally think is reputable say it's official, and most people just seem to just be like, oh wow, Pirates of the Caribbean is coming to Fortnite sort of thing. I hope that it is real just because it looks so good, but I've got a feeling it is a fake leak or some sort of fan production that's being misconstrued. But in any case, we do, at least from the leaks that we have, know that Pirates of the Caribbean is coming in some form to celebrate, obviously, the new movie that's coming out soon. And yeah, I'm very, very excited to actually see what happens with that one. It's not one that I'm as interested in. I do love Pirates of the Caribbean, but I've watched it through maybe 2 or 3 times. It's not one that I go back to all that often, but when I do, I watch the entire franchise, so, you know, make of that what you will. But yeah, in any case, that is everything we actually have to talk about. So it's a lot of various leaks, various content to go over, and I'm just very excited to see what Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3 Wrecked has to offer, and yeah, especially what this Nitro actually means. As I say, hopefully it's an upgrade or a consumable. If it's just a tagline, it's fine, it's cool. But yeah, I hope it does actually mean something for the gameplay, and potentially, as I said, with the whole Crash Bandicoot thing, maybe even the collaborations. But that is all that we have time for today, so if you did like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new, and ring the bell so you never miss upload. Otherwise, comment below thoughts, feelings on anything discussed in this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but we'll survive. I just wanna tell